Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Inshallah, all my brothers and sisters are well. Don't forget to subscribe, like, comment, and share. And of course, click on the bell notification button or you will miss out on any future videos. So, most of us will by now know about the notorious story of former Rakis Abdullah, real name Rukhsana Ali, and Muhammad Hasanath. Everyone has been eagerly awaiting any news on what happened to the 200,000 public money raised for the Rohingya relief, many believing that the money had been misappropriated, i.e. it hadn't reached the intended Rohingya people, whom are of course most in need of it. So the UK Charity Commission has finally reported back, and this is what they found during their investigation. So the main findings are as follows. So this is the actual Charity Commission report from the actual government website. So it says here there were two trustees of the charitable fund, Mr. Muhammad Hasanath, and Miss Rukhsana Ali, Miss Ali. So they were the two trustees. They raised over £200,000 for the Rohingya refugees. So that is how much was raised. So here we go, the findings of the report by the Charity Commission. So the inquiry found that the trustees had failed to comply with their legal duties in the administration and management of the charitable fund. They were not registered as a charity, despite the significant amount of money raised. The charitable fund had insufficient governance structures and controls in place, which thereby put the funds held in the charitable fund at risk. The trustees failed to safeguard the charitable fund, which resulted in the regulatory action being taken. Another strange thing was the charitable donations were put into 6 personal bank accounts and 1 personal PayPal account, as it does not consider this an appropriate or a course of action, because it makes it harder, obviously, to distinguish what is personal money and what is charity money. So it was all mixed up. Their personal money was mixed up with the charity donations. And it says they should have just opened a separate personal account for all the donations. So a total number of 213,000, over 200,000 was raised. And Rukhsana and Hasanath said over 115,000 had been spent on charity. But of course this was not true, because they had included some internal transactions between accounts to account for that 115,000, so it wasn't actually true that they had spent 115,000 on charities. When they did freeze the accounts, there was only 145,000, just over 145,000 in their accounts. So where was the rest of the money? Where was these? So there was £68,000 unaccounted for. So they raised 213,000, and when the account was frozen, £68,000 was missing. So it could not be accounted for. So they are saying it could have been potentially used for a non-charitable, private expenditure. So, in other words, they probably spent it on themselves. Now it says they are collectively responsible for not being able to adequately account for the end use of the charitable funds. So, the £68,000, they are responsible for not being able to account for it. they have been unable to provide any proof that they spent that £68,000 on charity. And obviously, following the assets or the amount, the rest of the amount that was left in the bank being frozen, it was subsequently given out to the Rohingya people as charity. So, in conclusion, £68,000 has potentially been spent on private stuff by Mr. Hasanath and Rukhsana Ali. So, yeah, that is quite damning. I think you will agree.